Okay, folks, this is a live stream and I might be interacting with the viewers, but if you're watching this on a replay and after I've already finished doing this live stream and you're looking for the live stream chat and it doesn't show up, it's because it takes like 14 hours for YouTube to process my videos. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter, but whatever it is, the live stream chat will eventually show up like 14 hours after I've already finished this live stream. Now listen, if you do not watch this whole video, you're making the biggest mistake maybe in your life. Okay, so I'm just telling you, because at the beginning of this video, okay, I'm going to show some excellent information. Then in the middle is some miscellaneous information, which is really important. Okay, it's very important, the miscellaneous information, but it's not cohesive, but it's very important that you know it, and that's why I'm putting it in there. And then in the end, I'm going to bring it back and put it all together. That way you can see why on June 11th, Seattle is going to be struck. Okay, this Super Bowl, the Super Bowl ritual of the Super Bowl is connected, okay? Because everything that's a big deal in the world can be connected to some type of event that they want to do, okay? And so this Super Bowl that's coming up is connected to why this Elvis puzzle, okay? For the people who are new or you're just watching this, you have no idea what's going on. Like I said, you have to watch a bunch of my videos to really grasp the magnitude of what I'm showing. But on June 11th, there's going to be a spectacular event in Seattle, okay? And somehow Elvis becomes a part of that spectacular event. Either his name, his number, the number of his name or his image, okay, becomes part of that spectacular event in Seattle, which eventually becomes what people will worship, okay? You'll see what I'm talking about, all right? Now, so what I'm going to do is, the reason I'm talking a little bit right now is just to get more people to get into the chat. And let me just tell you a few more connections real quick before I start showing that. Listen, Elvis was known as the King, right? Now, Seattle is in King County. And that's not the only reason. I'm just giving you the connections with this Elvis, okay? And Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived. So a king was killed where the king lived, because that's where Elvis lived, right? So Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, King County in Seattle is named after Martin Luther King. It was named after a different king, but they changed it back in 2005 or something. So King County is named after Martin Luther King. And what do you think is going to happen? The same thing that happened to Martin Luther King in Memphis, Tennessee, King County in Seattle is going to be probably decimated. Okay, we don't know what this spectacular event is going to be, but hopefully it's not, it's like I said, we don't know what this event is going to be, but it's something spectacular. Okay, hopefully it's not, they might do, who knows what. Like I said, we can only hope that it's some kind of fake alien invasion, but nobody knows what it's going to be. Just prepare yourself. That's all I'm saying. It could be something horrific. All right. It's on June 11th in Seattle. Okay. And then my other prediction I told you is Trump gets his head wound in Ohio and he survives the head wound and comes back 4 days later, either on 8/7 or 8/8, most likely 8/8, where he comes out of his coma, or he's, like I said, they say he's, woken up from his slumber. He heals from his deadly wound. Okay, so August 4th in Ohio, which is the Trump head wound. Now, let's get started. So, for the people, if you see people coming in late, make sure you tell them to go to the beginning and watch it for them to fully grasp. So in the very beginning of this video, I always have to show this for the new people. Okay, so these are my two predictions. Elvis somehow connect to the Seattle event that's going to happen on 6/11. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Trump gets his head wound in Ohio. He survives that head wound. It's on August 4th, and that's Obama's birthday, by the way, August 4th, who was the president right before Trump. It's all connected. Trump gets his head wound in Ohio on August 4th, survives the head wound, and it's the 216th day of the year. I'm sorry about that, about the cell phone calls. Anyway, so 6/11 is the 162nd day of the year. August 4th is the 216th day of the year. 16/2, 216, okay? Like I said, I'm doing this for the new people real quick before I show all the new information. So identical twins. Oh my goodness, these people are going to drive me crazy. Anyway, with these phone calls, these text messages. Identical twins. The birth date. Okay, Elvis had an identical twin who died at birth. His name was Jesse. Okay? Jesse died. And this is how they spelled it on the gravestone. Okay? So Elvis, his identical twin died at birth. They were both born on 1/8. 1/8 makes 216. If you say the date backwards like they say in the UK, it's 8/1. 8/1 the date. 8th day of the first month. And look, it's 216, 16/2. You see that? August 4th, the 216th day of the year. June 11th, the 162nd day of the year. Okay? You see the connections that I'm showing you so far? Okay? Remember, they were identical twins. Identical twins, if you just wrote the words identical twins, it equals 162 forwards, 216 backwards in gematria. You see? Again, with the 16/2, 216. And I told you guys that the letter O is a crown. If you put a crown on January 8th, you write out the word January 8th, which is the day the twins were born, the identical twins. You put the crown on it, the letter O on top of January 8th with an H. You see, January 8th. It's 162 forwards, 162 backwards. You see? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I made a mistake there. Hold on. Give me 1 second to correct that. I told you, folks, I'm only human. Sometimes I make one mistake. Here's what it should have been. Sorry about that. I'm glad I caught the mistake. So it's 162 forwards, 216 backwards. Okay, 16/2, 216. You understand? It's the 16/2, 216 again, which I've been showing you this whole time. Now, from Elvis's birthday, the day the identical twins were born, from that day to 6/11 is 1,616 days. If you went forward 1,616 days, it lands on June 11th, the day I'm telling you the Seattle event is going to happen. 16 twice, you see? 1/6, 1/6. Okay? Impossible coincidence is what you're saying. Now, this is the day Elvis was born. Elvis's death is on August 16th. So they were born on 1/8, the twins, and Elvis died on 8/16. And Elvis this year, he turns 88. In 2023, he turned 88. And the June 11th event is 6/11, right? 6/11 and 88. Look, 6/11 and 88. It's right there in his death date and his birth date when it's going to happen. 88, 6/11. Okay? Now, Elvis died. I'm trying to show you how important the 16 is. He dies on the 16th day of the month. Elvis died in the 16th state, which is Tennessee. And you know, Lincoln, he was the first president to be killed, and he was the 16th president. Okay? Elvis was born in the first month, which is January. Trump's born in the 6th month. Trump is his replacement twin for the twin that supposedly died. Okay? So Trump's born in the 6th month. And Insurrection Day happened on 1/6. Okay? Everything's about the 16 or the 1/6, like I said. And remember, I showed you, man, all these distractions today. What's going on, man? Anyway, I told you from Elvis's birthday to 1611 is 1616 days, okay? And I told you the letter P is the 16th letter of the alphabet. So if you get a PP, it's 1616, right? Which is what I'm showing you here, the PP. Because they love the PP, these people, right? And the reason that they love the PP so much, okay? Because see, if you were to write the word P out and made it a word, it would be PEE, okay? And PEE, if you wrote it into the gematria calculator, it would equal 2617 forward, 5510 backwards. P equals the same as the word God. You see how they mock? That's what you call mockery, because God equals P. So that means that if you have two P's, that would be God, God, which would be the Antichrist, because Jesus is God. So if you have two P's, it would be the Antichrist, okay? That's what that PP is all about. Now, let me talk to you guys for a moment. Okay. And yeah, the Super Bowl is the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is the PP. That's right. And what else? Yeah, and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll show you the connections after that. Just let me keep going here. Hold on. Anyway, God bless all of you and appreciate you being here. And for the people who got in late, you got to watch from the beginning or you're not going to understand. So let's go, folks. Let's start the Super Bowl video. And by the way, some of this information I've already shown in my other Super Bowl videos, but there's new information in this video. Trust me, you're going to not want to miss 1 second of it. So the NFL football, NFL, not football itself, but NFL, the National Football League, started in 1966. And I told you the word twin equals 66, okay? So the season started in 66, but the first Super Bowl was in 67. And you know the 19th prime number is 67 because I told you the 19 is a crown number, okay? Like the Corona 19, right? And if you've been watching my videos, you know what that's about. It has to do with Lucifer losing his S equals 19 number. Okay, you'll have to watch my videos to understand that. So Elvis, the word Elvis equals 67. The word Jesse, spelled with an I, equals 67. 67, 67, you see? And it started in 67, the Super Bowl. Trust me, you're going to understand it in a little while, okay? And if you were to write the word 67 into the gematria calculator, it is the first time that you will see a number equaling 162. And I told you the 162 is the June 11th day, the 162nd day of the year. So 67 is the first time that you get 162 if you just add up those letters of 67. Okay? And of course, I told you Martin Luther King plays a big part in this Seattle charade. So watch this. Super Bowl number 1 was started on 1/15/1967. Okay? MLK's birthday is on 1/15/1929. So the first Super Bowl was on MLK's birthday. You see that? And you know 1 plus 5 is 6. So there's your 1/6 again. You see what I'm saying? 1 plus 5 is 6. 1/6 again also. For the 16 number, right? Okay, hold on 1 second, folks. What did I just do here? Oh, I almost messed up this whole thing. And MLK's birthday is very important because if you put Elvis's birthday, which is 1/8, and MLK's birthday 1/15, it adds up to 223. I told you it's all about MLK, the king, being killed, sacrificed. Let's just say it was. I'm not saying he actually died, but let's just say for the that he did. It's a ritual. Anyway, so it's 223. and we're in the year 2023. You understand? Okay. Now, if you think that's just a coincidence, pay attention. From the first Super Bowl to the exact day MLK was killed, supposedly killed, it's 445 days. Are you looking at that? Because Trump is the 45 president. I told you that Trump is the 44th person to become president, but he's the 45th person to take office. So 45. And MLK was killed on 4 but it landed on the 4 day because it was a leap year. So he was killed on 4 but it was the 4 day that it landed on that day, 4. Okay? Do you understand what I'm showing you? These are impossible coincidences, all right? And if you've seen my MLK videos, you know how incredible that is. And from the first Super Bowl was in 67. MLK was killed in 68, the year 67 and 68. I told you Elvis's numbers is 67 forward, 68 backwards. Okay? Are you looking at that? And who were the first Super Bowl winners? Who was the first Super Bowl winner? The first winner was Green Bay. And why is Green Bay so important? Okay? First of all, it's got George Bush's initials, GB. Okay? And they won the first and second one, right? The 67-68, which is what I just showed you with Elvis being 67-68, his name, forward and backward. Okay? And the Green Bay reminds me of Emerald City, because Seattle's known as the Emerald City. Green is an emerald color. Emerald is a green color, whatever. Now, so Green Bay wins Super Bowl number 1 and Super Bowl number 2, right? And the prime numbers for 1 and 2 is 2 and 3. So 1 equals 2, 2 equals 3. Elvis's birthday is 1/8, which is the 8th day of the year. Elvis's backwards birthday would be 12/23 because it's the 357th day of the year. 357 plus 8 equals 365. There's 365 days in a year. So Elvis's backwards birthday is 12/23. 1, 2, 2, 3. 12/23. Do you understand? Okay, that's why the 1 and 2 are so important there, the Super Bowl 1 and 2, that Green Bay Packers had to win. And I told you that if you look at his backwards birthday, Elvis's birthday and his backwards birthday, it equals 1331 when you add it up. The 6th prime number is 13, the 11th prime number is 31. 6/11 connected to his birthday and his backwards birthday, you see? And June 11th, 6/11, you understand? 13, that's the prime numbers for it. All right. Now, why did Green Bay have to win? I'm going to show you right here, okay? Super Bowl trophy is called the Vince Lombardi trophy, okay? This trophy for the winners of the Super Bowl. Now, why is it called the Vince Lombardi trophy? Because, see, he was the coach for the Green Bay Packers, right? He was the winning coach for the first... He was the winning coach for the Green Bay Packers. They won the first Super Bowl and the second Super Bowl. So they named the Super Bowl trophy after him. And why was it named after him? Because he was born on 6/11. Okay, by the way, I've shown all this information, most of it. But like I said, it's going to be really good, the new information. I've shown a few of it already. But so Vince Lombardi, the winning coach, and the trophy, the Super Bowl trophy is named after him. He was born on 6/11, the day I'm telling you Seattle's going to be struck. Okay? Now, why is this? Look at this. Vince Lombardi died on 9/3/1970. And I told you that the O is a crown. So just say 197 with a crown. And why is that important? Because the 45th prime number equals 197. And Elvis has been dead for 45 years now. Okay? And Trump is the 45th president. Okay, so that's why the 45 is so important to this puzzle. And the 45th prime equals 197. Look, you got 197 when Lombardi dies. 45, Elvis is 45 now. 45 years dead. He's been dead for 45 years. That's what I'm saying. and Trump is the 45th president. He died at the age 57. Pay attention. 57 he died. 57 years, 2 months, 23 days he lived. 57 years, 2 months, 23 days. The Super Bowl 57 is coming, and it's 2023. 223 57. 57 223. Elvis has been dead 45 years. Trump is the 45th president. And I just showed you that he's born on 6/11, the first coach to win a Super Bowl. Do you understand? All right? Wake the hell up. All right? Now, Elvis's birthday is on 1/8, 1935. From Elvis's birthday to the first Super Bowl is look at that. It's 116 with a 96. And the 96 is like the 69 because 9 plus 6 equals 15. The O is the 15th letter. The O is a crown. So the 96 is a crown on the 6/11, 11/6. Because you don't understand. You know the queen, she died, right? It's all about the queen and the king. All right? Because the king is going to be crowned this year, right? And in the UK, they say the date 11/6 for 6/11. That's why 11/6 and 6/11 make no difference. And the 9 and 6 is the crown. So it's 6/11 with a crown. That's what that means, the 96, okay? Now, you know Vince Lombardi, I told you that he died on 9/3/1970. That the coach was born on June 11th. The Super Bowl trophy is named after him. He died that day, and Elvis died this day. Look at the exact date, man. Look at this. The dude is born on June 11th. 254 with a crown. Okay? But I'll show you why that's important in a minute. But 6 years, 11 months, 14 days. 6/11 and 6/14. You know who was born on 6/14? Trump. So you have 6/11 for the June 11th event and 6/14 for Trump, who is Elvis's, replacement. I mean, Elvis's identical twins replacement, Trump. And the 254 with a crown. Why is 254 with a crown important? Because look, 9/11 is the 254th day of the year. You see? So not only is it connected to the 6/11 because the coach who died, he's born on 6/11. So there's another connection to the 9/11, and you have the 6/11 here, and he's born on 6/11. And that's Elvis's death date. And look at the 777, the jackpot, 777 number. And remember, 1970, the 197th prime is 45. I mean, the 45th prime is 197 with a crown. Okay, now, let me just talk to you guys for a moment. Okay, so hopefully you guys are grasping what I'm showing you here because it's going to be, I have more to show, okay? And like I said, you should be at what you've already seen, but I have more to show. Okay. And like I said, folks, it is kind of confusing, but if you don't have to remember everything, just remember what I'm showing you at that point. Okay. That's all you have to do is remember what I'm showing you at this point. And all you have to do is think about how every single thing connects of what I'm showing you and why it connects. Okay, now, so remember, we were talking about how everything is about the PP, the 1616, right? So it's and anything to do with the 1 and 6, because Trump is born in the 6th month, Elvis is born in the 1st month. You know what I mean? So it's the 1/6 thing, right? And if you've seen my video about the crown, you know that the words "the crown" equals 106. Anyway, so 1/6 and 6/11 and whatever else, and the number 16, right? So now, look at that. Super Bowl number 1, which I was just showing you. Then you got Super Bowl number 6, Super Bowl number 11, and Super Bowl 16, right? Now, let me show you the connections to that. Okay? Hold on. What is this? Okay, look. If you go from Super Bowl number 1 to number 16, okay? Because remember, how the 16 was so important. I told you earlier. Okay, so that's why it's the 116 again, 611 right there, right? Now pay attention why this is so important. Super Bowl number 16 was played in the year 1982. The location was in Michigan. Michigan is the 26th state, okay? And the word God equals 26. God equals 26. It was played at the Silver Dome. Silver is like the letter S. And then there's one letter missing in the word silver would be the R. R equals 18. Elvis is born on the 1/8. So Elvis with an R, and Elvis is born 1/8, right? Anyway, the reason I'm showing you this is because look, it's the 16th Super Bowl, which I told you all about the 1/6. 1982, the word Seattle equals 8219. 8219. Okay, and Seattle's area code is 206. The 26 prime number is 101, and it was played in the 26th state. Seattle area code is 206, you see? Okay. And I told you Elvis is the anagram for the word Levi's, lives, lives. That's why all the Black Lives Matter stuff, nonsense. Anyway, so let me show you this. Remember, it would happen in 1982. So if you went forward from Elvis's birthday, go forward 1982 days, it lands on June 11th, 6/11, 1982. And remember, Seattle equals 8219. And the 1982 was the 16th Super Bowl. Why? Why did it have to be the 16th Super Bowl? Do you get it? From the 1st to the 16th, 116. The first Super Bowl coach was born on 6/11. So from 1 to the 16, do you get it? What I'm showing you. And the Super Bowl score for that 1982. By the way, look, if you look at these numbers, 1, 2, and 4, the Space Needle opened on 4/21. You know, anyway, forget about that. But the 49ers beat the Bengals in that game. And look, it's got the numbers of June 11th and August 4th. Look, 216 is August 4th, and 162 is June 11th. Okay, even the scores are in there. The score of that 1982 game, okay? And I told you Seattle equals 8219. Now, who was the Super Bowl MVP of that game? The 16th Super Bowl, the MVP was the number 16, Joe Montana, and Joe Montana is born on June 11th. Okay? I mean, come on, man. Come on, folks. By the way, I've shown all this before years ago when I discovered all these things. And look, he was born in 56. That's the year Elvis took the needle on live television. He did it on Bill Gates' first birthday. Okay, and Bill Gates is born in Seattle. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, so Joe Montana's born on 6/11. He was number 16. And the Super Bowl was 16, and he was the MVP. And right now, who is the president? Joe Blow, you know. Now, pay attention, folks. This is just a beginning. So from Elvis's death date, the day he died, to Super Bowl 16, because I told you Super Bowl 16 is the Seattle number, 8219. If you went forward from Elvis's birthday to Elvis's death date to the exact day that the 16th Super Bowl happened, it's, look at that, 1623, 1623 days. Okay? And why is that important? Because look, if you went from the first of the year to June 11th, it's 1623 days. Okay? And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. Are you paying attention to what I'm showing you? So let's go back to what I just showed a second ago. So from Elvis's death date to the day the Super Bowl 16 happened is 1623 days. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. Are you looking at that? Okay. I mean, do you understand how incredible that is? Okay. Now, speaking of, what is this? Uh, Hold on, folks. What did I do here? Hold on, folks. Let me let me grasp my not let me come to my senses here. Somewhere there's a mix up here of the order of things I wanted to show. Um, okay, all right. So remember, we were talking about the 1623, right? I told you from Elvis's death to the 16th Super Bowl, right? Was the 1623, and I told you all that. So remember, we're talking about going from the 16th Super Bowl. Now we're going to go to the 23rd Super Bowl, because I just showed you that it said from Elvis's death date to that 16th Super Bowl was 1623. So now we're going to go to the 23rd Super Bowl. Okay, but before I do that, no, let me show you that first. That way you can see automatically how incredible this is, okay? Real quick, and then I'll come back to this. So from the 16th Super Bowl to the 23rd Super Bowl, remember, it was 1623 days. From the 16th Super Bowl to the 23rd Super Bowl is 6 years, 11 months, and 30 days. You see, it was almost 612. And George Bush Sr. was born on 612. But anyway, 6 years, 11 months. There's your 611 connecting to the 16th Super Bowl and the 23rd Super Bowl. Okay? And why is it so important, this 23rd Super Bowl? Okay? I'm going to show you it in a moment, but let me show you some images here, because I can't show you the actual video because I'll get a copyright. So I have to show you the let's start with this, all right? So the 23rd Super Bowl, folks, was a very important Super Bowl. And why is that? Because somebody special was the halftime show at the 23rd Super Bowl. Let's see who it was. The images are no good, but you can hear his voice.
The first ever network broadcast in 3D. You're about to see
So it was 3D. Okay, pay attention. That first broadcast ever of a 3D. All right, that's what they said. Now, what is the next thing they're going to say?
By the immortal Elvis Presto. Elvis will perform the biggest ever.
So they have some dude, he's an Elvis impersonator coming out as a magician. And the whole halftime show is a guy named Elvis Presto. Presto. I mean, you can't even make this up, man. Anyway, so what did they? Let's see what they show here. Okay, did you see that? He came out of the jukebox. He flew out. Pay attention. Okay, so he came out of the jukebox, right? Let's see what jukebox equals. Where is it? Are you kidding? I didn't write it? Where is it? Oh, man, you got to be kidding me. Let me show you what jukebox equals real quick. How did I not write this? Stupid. So remember, we want, because because Elvis turned 88 years old this year, and so see the word jukebox. That dude, that Elvis Presto, flew out of that jukebox. He came out of jukebox equals 88. You see that? 88 right there. Jukebox equals 88, and Elvis turned 88 years old. You see? Hold on. Okay. Now let me show you another image. So they were doing a card trick. Like I told you, some kind of magician. They were doing a card trick. And look, they had two kings on the field. This is like an image of a king, like king cards. A king on this side, king on that side. And the whole thing was a theme about a king, right? And then they had this. Look, it looks like two serpents or two sevens, which kind of reminds me of the Tesla logo, which I'll show you in a moment. But look, Magic Drive-In. Look at that. And the jukebox is right in the middle. The Magic Drive-In. I'm telling you, what if he came back in that Tesla, folks? Imagine if he drives up in that stupid Tesla that they supposedly threw up in the air. What a bunch of nonsense. And magic equals 33. And on the field, they had the number 2 and 3 also on the field. And look, it looks like a space needle. Look, the line right here, the green line. It looks like the legs of the space needle, and then there's something right here in the middle. Okay. Anyway, so like I said, it was at Joe Robbie Stadium. Another Joe connection. Joe Robbie Stadium. Do you see that? And it was called Bebop Bamboozled. They are going to be the whole world's going to be bamboozled when they see Elvis. Okay, it was an Elvis impersonator, the whole thing, that Super Bowl 23. Okay, and it was in 3D. Okay, the whole point is that it had to do with glasses. They gave out millions of glasses, they said, over the whole time. So the word glasses in gematria, look, it equals 8219 forward, 10744 backwards. Glasses equals the exact same as the word Seattle. Seattle equals 8219, 10744. Come on, folks. Please, man, please use your brain. How is this possible? That the 3D glass, it was all about 3D glasses. Never, ever have they done this. Okay? Never have they done anything like this. But why at the Elvis halftime show at the 23rd Super Bowl? And he jumps out of a jukebox. He jumps out of the jukebox, and jukebox equals 88. Okay? And glasses equals Seattle. And they gave away to everybody glasses. All right. This is, like I told you, it's beyond unbelievable, this puzzle, okay? It is so perfect. It's beyond perfect. Now let me show you. Let's go back again to what I was showing you a minute ago and restart just that one little part with the 1623. That way you can understand where I'm going with this. Okay? So why is this important now? Let's see. Okay. So remember, I told you from Elvis's death date, the day he died, August 16, 1977, to the exact day, the Super Bowl 16, because I showed you all the 16 connections earlier. From Elvis's death date, the exact day he died to the Super Bowl 16 is 1,623 days. 1623. And I told you June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and on leap year it's the 163rd day of the year. Okay? And that's to Elvis's death to the Super Bowl 16. And I told you that from Super Bowl 16 to Super Bowl 23 is 6 years, 11 months, and 30 days. But you could just see it as 6 years and 11 months, right? And remember, I also was showing you that I forgot to show this real quick first. I told you that from the first of the year, if you go forward, see, this is why it's so incredible, because remember, June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, and on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. And from the first day of the year to June 11th, if you went forward 1,623 days, it lands on June 11th. So June 11th has those exact same numbers: 162nd day of the year, 163rd day of the year. And that's why when I'm showing you this equation, it's so important, because it's connecting to June 11th. That's what that means, from Elvis's death to Super Bowl 16. And Super Bowl 16 has the year 8219, which is the word Seattle. Seattle equals 8219, and it connects to June 11th, 162nd day of the year, and on leap year, 163rd day of the year, connecting to Elvis's death, right there. Okay, now, here's another connection, right? So remember, it was Super Bowl number 16. The 49ers beat the Bengals. Super Bowl 23, 49ers beat the Bengals. And look at the score, will you? Look at the score. 2016, 1620. 216th day of the year is August 4th. And the 162nd day of the year is June 11th on Super Bowl 23. Okay. If you think this is a coincidence, you're just insane, because never has a score ever been 2016 in any other Super Bowl. 1620, 2016, the year Elvis pops out at the halftime show, it was 216, 1620. 216s, get it? The 16-2, the PP, 1616, 216s, get it? Okay? August 4th is the 216th day of the year. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Those are my two predictions. And it's got a crown. Okay? This is impossible, folks. And it's Super Bowl 23. Okay, and look at the other numbers above with the other game. Same numbers again. 261, 216. It's just got an added 2, Now, remember, I told you that Elvis died on 8/16. Trump's head wound is going to be on 8/4. You see, it's 1620 if you add it up. If you say the date backwards, like they do in the UK, is 2016. You see, June 11th, 162nd day of the year. August 4th, 216th day of the year. Right? And you know who was elected in 2016? It was Trump. You see, 1620, 2016. And August 4th, military time. Elvis died on 8/16, right? And the clock, if you read that 8:16 p.m. is 2016 on the clock, military time. Military time, 8/16 is 2016. And if you say that the numbers backwards, 1620, because it's all about the 2016, 1620, right? It would be 420 the time, 420. And why is this important? Because Washington is the 42nd state, okay? Washington is the 42nd state. Elvis died at the age of 42, and it's got a crown, 420. And I told you Elvis started working at Crown Electric on the date 420 back in 1954, 154 years after George Washington died. George Washington is known as the father of our country, and he died 154 years after that. Elvis got crowned on 420 1954, 154 years after Washington died, and 154 equals the Antichrist. And he did it on 420, which is the 42 with a crown. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. And like I said, backwards is 1620, 2016. Okay? Now, who were the first presidents killed? Lincoln was the 16th president. James Garfield was the 20th. So the first two presidents were the 162, 216 with a crown. You see it? The first two presidents. Okay? Then you Kinley, who was the 25th. Then you JFK, 35th. And then Donald Trump, who survives, he's the 5th, right? And look, 4, 5. So Trump is 5th I get it. 45th president, 5. JFK was the 4. Trump is the 5, and JFK got the head wound. Get it? 45, he gets the head wound. Understand what I'm telling you. He was the 4th one, 5th one. Get it? And remember, Obama was still president in 2016. Trump elected in 2016, which is a 20 backwards. Obama won on 216th a year, and I told you 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. Elvis Aaron Presley, his full name equals 216. Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, the 216th day of the year, right? Elvis is born in the 20th state, Mississippi. Elvis died in the 16th state. 162 with a crown. 216 with a crown. 162 is June 11th. 216 is August 4th with a crown. All right. These are, like I said, absolutely impossible coincidences. This is supernatural. If you don't understand it, I can't help you. I told you Elvis is the beast out of the sea. Elvis died in Tennessee, and he's going to come back in Seattle. Okay? Elvis died in Tennessee. He's the beast out of the sea. And look, in Scottish folklore, and you know Trump has something to do with that Scottish stuff. Okay? The Loch Ness monster known as Nessie. Tennessee. You see that? Nessie. Nessie right there. Tennessee. The beast out of the sea. You see? I guess that's just another coincidence, you know what I mean? I'm sure it's just a coincidence that, you know. Yeah, exactly. He's the Leviathan, the Elvis-athan. That's what it is. Super Bowl 23, the halftime show was the Elvis impersonator, right? He was a magician. And you know the word magic equals 33. Magic, M-A-G-I-C. He was a 33-year-old actor, dancer, and a magician. A horrible magician. But anyway, Super Bowl 23, Elvis, 33 years old. Look at that. And you know 33 is the number of ascension. I told you that because they mock God, because God rose from the dead at 33 and he was crucified at the age of 33. Super Bowl halftime show was Elvis. Super Bowl 23. Elvis comes out of the jukebox. Jukebox equals 88. Elvis is 88 years old this year. Elvis impersonator was 33 years old, right? And you know, from Elvis's birthday to the day MLK was killed was 33 years. And I told you, it looks like sevens. You see? And they were singing Devil in a Blue Dress. You know? What is this? And look, it's 2 sevens and 88. And you know, Elvis turns 88. Trump's going to turn 77 on June 14th. 88 and 77. Look at that. Anyway, they also sang Devil in a Blue Dress. And you know, Elvis has a song called Devil in Disguise. And I told you that it looks like the Tesla logo. You see? Tesla. Look, Tesla. And why is Tesla important? Because look, it's got the same letters as Seattle. S-E-A-T-L. S-E-A-T-L. And if you use the E-L again, I mean, not E-L, if you use the E-T again, because that's what's missing. In the word Tesla, the missing letters are T and E, right? But you have a T and E also that you can use. But look, what's missing is the E and T. Elvis Trump, E.T., the extraterrestrials. And E.T. was released on 6/11, the movie. Okay, do you understand what I'm showing you? And by the way, Jurassic Park, and my channel name was, you know, is Jurassic Liars. Jurassic Park was released on 6/11 also, the very first one. E.T. was released on 6/11. Okay. And during the game, like I told you, they had a fan participation of this Super Bowl 23 for the Elvis halftime show. They had the King, because Elvis is known as the King, and Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, right, where Elvis lived. And King County in Seattle, where Seattle is in King County. That's named after MLK now. There was explosions around the jukebox and everything like that. And I told you it kind of looked like the needle a little bit, the on the field. There was something that looked like a needle. And what else? Oh, their original guy who was supposed to be the magician, he was a blonde haired guy. And I told you Elvis's real hair color is kind of sandy blonde hair. And you know, Trump has got the blonde hair, right? He was the original. And he went to do a Lee Jeans commercial. And you know, instead of doing this gig at the Super Bowl, and Levi's, I told you, is Elvis, right? And look, it's got the EEL. EL. EL means God in Hebrew. I told you. The EL is so important. That's why Seattle has the EL, you see? Anyway, glasses equals Seattle, I told you. And they were doing a 3D glasses at the 23 halftime show. Okay, and remember, hold on, folks, my hands are going numb from holding the phone and stuff. Hold on. And I told you from Elvis's death date to the 16th Super Bowl, it was 1,623 days. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year and 163rd on a leap year. And 8219 equals Seattle in gematria. 1982 was played. Okay? And why am I showing this again? I don't know why I have this again, but I guess it's just to remind you of something I'm going to be showing, I guess. From the first of the year to 6/11 is 1,623 days. And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. And on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. Okay? And it lines up perfectly. And then from the 16th Super Bowl, because we have to go to the 23rd because of what Elvis did right here, because I told you from Elvis's death date to the 16th Super Bowl was 1,623 days. So from the 16th Super Bowl, you got to go to the 23rd because it's 1,623 days, 1623. And that's why from the 16th Super Bowl to the 23rd Super Bowl, it was 6 years, 11 months, the 6/11 connection again. Okay? 6 years, 11 months, and 30 days. And then, check this out. From the first Super Bowl, because remember, the coach was born on June 11th. They named the Super Bowl trophy after the guy, Vince Lombardi, who was the coach of the first winner of the Super Bowl, Green Bay. And he was born on June 11th, the coach. And from the first Super Bowl to the 23rd Super Bowl, look at these numbers. 804 and then 4. Trump gets his head wound on 8/4, and then 4 days later, it's 8/8. He comes back. You see that? Look. And I told you, look at this. 22 years, 8 months is what 8,044 days is. 22 years, 8 months. Look, Elvis is born on 8/16. Elvis died on 8/16, which is the 228th day of the year. 228. Look at that. Okay. That's the first Super Bowl to the 23rd Super Bowl. I have much more to show, folks. You'll see. Just pay attention. That way you can grasp what I'm about to show you. So from the first Super Bowl to the 16th Super Bowl, which is the 116 number, you see? 116, 611 backwards. From the first Super Bowl to the 16th Super Bowl, it's 5,489 days. Pay attention. This is important. 5,489 days. And remember, look, folks, before I go show you this, the 19th prime number, look, 1967, 19th prime number is 67. And I told you Elvis and Jesse equaled 67, the twins. 19 equals 67 in a prime number. And 8219 equaled Seattle, you see? And I'm just trying to show you that everything connects, but here's what's important. It's 5,489 days between the first Super Bowl and the 16th Super Bowl. 5,489. Why is this important? Because on Super Bowl 23, because that was Super Bowl 16 that I just showed you. Super Bowl 23 was in 1989, and Elvis turned 54 years old. Are you seeing what I'm showing you? From the first Super Bowl to the 16th Super Bowl is 5,489 days. On Super Bowl 23, because I showed you all the connections between the 16th and the 23rd Super Bowl, it was in year 89, Elvis turned 54. Okay? And you know who died this year at the age of 54? It was his daughter, Lisa Marie Presley. Okay? In 2023. Do you understand? All right? Now, my hands are about to fall off. Oh, man. Hold on. Okay, folks. Is there anybody here who is not understanding this? No, the word Seattle in gematria equals the exact same as the word glasses. Somebody was asking me something. No, Seattle equals glasses in gematria. Same numbers. Okay, like I said, folks, this is supernatural, and you're going to see how it all comes together. Man, I'm almost halfway done, folks. This video is going to be about 2 hours long. Unbelievable. I thought I was almost finished, but I got so far to go, babe. Babe, you see what I said? I've been talking to somebody on the phone. My word, I'm saying the word babe every time. All right. You guys just caught me. Anyway, that is funny, isn't it? Anyway, that is too funny. Anyway, so Joe Montana, right, was the quarterback of the 16th Super Bowl, and he was the quarterback of the 23rd Super Bowl too. Okay, I forgot to mention that. I can't believe I didn't mention that. What a dummy I am. That's even more important. He was the quarterback of the 23rd Super Bowl. All right. Also, and look, so Joe Montana is born on 6/11. He was known, one of his nicknames, because he has a few nicknames. One of the nicknames was the comeback kid. Okay. And I even think Joe Biden was called the comeback kid too, I think. But anyway, the 6/11, what I'm saying is Joe Montana was the quarterback of the 16th and the 23rd Super Bowl. All right. And Elvis was 33 years old when MLK was killed. Elvis had a comeback special. Look, he did a comeback special. Hold on one second, folks. He did a comeback special in 68. Oh, hold on, folks. My TV started up again. Let me see. Hold on. So remember, it's a comeback special in 68. And this is the dates that it was aired and it was when it was filmed, okay? And why am I showing that? Oh, because the reason I'm showing, because it's a comeback, remember? Look, you remember I was just showing you that Elvis turned 54 in 1989 when he shot through that jukebox at the halftime show. He would have been 54 years old if he was alive in that 1989 game. And look, from the day that it was filmed, from the year that the Elvis comeback special was filmed to this year is 54 years. You see that? To this year's event, 54 years. And I told you that Lisa Marie Presley died at the age of 54. You see? You see? I mean, come on, folks. What is going on here? And wait till you see the last part, okay? Because, I told you his only daughter supposedly died. And I told you from Elvis's birthday to the 23rd Super Bowl, because, we're in the year 23, right? And the 23rd Super Bowl is when the Elvis halftime show happened. He was 54 years old. You see? And she died at the age of 54. Now get a load of this. Pay attention. Look at this. Here you go. Kaboom. From June 11th, it is the 162nd day of the year. In order to get to 216, You need the 54. I mean, come on, man. Look at this, will you? Look at that. Right in your face on my predictions. Right there. Kaboom. You see? And remember, this is June 11th. And if you take that 2, add it to the 54, that's 9/11. The 254th day is 9/11. And then this is August 4th. You see that? So you have the June 11th date. You have the 254 for the 9/11 date. And then the 216, you see? There it is, right there. And, oh, and remember this equation. And you remember this when I showed it. I'm gonna give something away here. If you haven't seen I can't remember the name of the video now, but I'm about to give something away. You know, this is a big deal. So if you were to take, look what I did here. That way you can see. So if you were to write into the gematria calculator, okay, pay attention to what I'm showing here. So in the gematria calculator, if you were to start from the word first, not one, but first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, all the way, keep going with the way it's written. You keep going all the way to the 42nd number, because Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state, okay? The 42 is so important to this puzzle because the 42 is when it becomes, see, when it gets to the 42nd, because Washington's the 42nd 42nd state, it equals 54, 54. You see, that's why it's so important. The 42nd equals 54, 54. Okay, and I told you that 54 plus 54 equals 108, and Elvis was born on 108. You understand? Elvis and his identical twin. And by the way, I've shown all the connections to 9/11, so I'm not showing all those connections here, okay? Yeah, exactly. In the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the number 42 was the answer to everything. All right? And I told you that 42, like I said, Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state. Seattle, Washington's initials, SW, equals 42. And look, it's got the 1923 instead of 1623. 19 is the 16 upside down, kind of. You know what I mean? The 9 and 6 can be transferred. Anyway, what was I gonna show? Because the 42nd prime number is 181. You see, 181. And if you add the 181 to the number 42, you get 223. And we're in the year 2023 when Elvis is going to manifest. He's already manifesting. He's probably going to win an Oscar this year too. Bunch of crazy. The 42nd Super Bowl is in Glendale, Arizona. It's in Glendale, Arizona. The 42nd Super Bowl was in Glendale, Arizona. Okay, and it used to be called the Phoenix University Stadium, because I told you Elvis is the phoenix rising out of the ashes. Elvis is the beast out of the sea. Elvis is the kraken. Elvis is the sea goat. That's why January, the symbol for this astrology for the symbol is the sea goat. He's the goat out of the sea. Anyway, the 42nd Super Bowl was in Phoenix, Arizona. Now that same stadium, not Phoenix, Arizona, it was in Glendale, Arizona, but it was called the Phoenix University Stadium. And now the same Super Bowl, that was the 42nd Super Bowl. Now the 57th Super Bowl this year, the 57th Super Bowl is in Glendale, Arizona, same place as that other one, okay, which is the 48th state, Arizona. And by the way, Arizona equals 84. So it's got the 84 connection right there. Arizona even equals 84. But it's the 48th state, and it's being played. And I live in Glendale right now. I've been living here for the last, many years. but I live in Glendale, California. Anyway, look at this. Seattle wins. Their only Super Bowl win was the 48th Super Bowl. The 48th Super Bowl. And the 48th prime number is 223. Do you see that? You see what I'm showing you? Seattle's only Super Bowl win was the 48th Super Bowl. 48th prime number is 223. I told you folks, Seattle is going to get struck. You understand? Now, I hope you guys understood all this, because that was a lot of cards that went through right there. Is anybody not getting this? Because if you're not, okay, now, this is the part that's miscellaneous information, folks. And listen, it is tedious information. It is good information, but it's not cohesive. It's just a bunch of info. All right, then I'm going to get back in line again. I'm going to put it back in order for the ending, which is going to blow your mind again if you're not already understand. Listen, if your mind isn't blown already, that means you're not getting it. Okay? It's whatever, man. Pay attention. The halftime show at the 1989 Super Bowl, which was the 23rd Super Bowl, Elvis was the halftime show. Not the real Elvis, but Elvis. Okay? It was all about Elvis. And the quarterback was born on June 11th. Okay? I'm just trying to explain to you. It's all about, and the numbers is what's important. It was 20 to 16. 1620. The 162nd day of the year is June 11th. The 216th day of the year is August 4th. Those are my two predictions. It's in the numbers of the score of the 23rd Super Bowl, okay, where Elvis was the halftime show. Now, here's some. All right. Anyway, I'm glad some people get it, So anyway, this is miscellaneous information, but it's good information. Okay, so don't, get too uptight about it. Look, what was funny, I was thinking the word POW, prisoner of war, because there was a war in heaven and Lucifer got thrown out. I just thought it was interesting that POW, the O can be a 0 or a 15, right? If you use it as a 0. I just thought it was funny that it was 1623, prisoner of war. You get it? 16th letter and 23rd letter, PW. But that's not important. Like I said, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Okay, here it comes. In 1989, that's the year Elvis popped out of the Super Bowl at halftime show. There was an April Fool's prank where the whole parts of Seattle did not know that it was a fake story because they broke and made it breaking news. It was an actual King 5 news thing where they said the Seattle Needle collapsed. It was in 1989, the year the Super Bowl halftime show of Elvis. Okay? And they broke from a show called Almost Live. The news broke in, King 5 News. Elvis is known as the King, and Seattle's in King County. They showed the Seattle Needle collapsing, and people thought it was a real story. They were calling the news. All kinds of things happened. They apologized later. There is no way that they would do something like this, folks. No way would they do it. All right? Something that wicked. All right? And I told you that it was a Joe Robbie Stadium. And remember, Joe Montana, the quarterback for Super Bowl number 23, he's born on June 11th. The location was Joe Robbie Stadium. And, Robinette is Joe Biden's middle name. Joe. Anyway, the Super Bowl 23 was at Joe Robbie Stadium. Stadium opened on 8/16. And I told you Elvis died on 8/16, you see? So even that has a connection. All right? Because I was showing you how important Super Bowl 23 was, right? Anyway, so I'm just showing you some more connections here. So Elvis is 88 years old. The 88th prime number is 457. And the 48th prime number is 223 because we're in the year 223. I mean 2023, right? And if you add that up, you get 680. But if you add the 136, which equals the 88 and the 48, you add that to the 680, it equals 816. You see? 816 is when Elvis died. Even that, these numbers have a connection, right? Okay, I'm just showing you connections here. And remember, the 49ers were the Super Bowl. They won the 16th and the 23rd Super Bowl. They also won the 19th. So they won the 16, the 19, and the 23. And they won. I'll show you later what they also won. But San Francisco 49ers, 4 times 9 equals 36, by the way, folks. 666 number, 4 times 9. Now play football. They play football at Levi's Stadium. Levi's is Elvis, and they were the winners of that Super Bowls. Levi's is Elvis. You understand? Okay. Now, interestingly enough, if you were to put Levi's Stadium, it equals 154.46. Look at that. The Antichrist equals 154.64. It's just the backwards numbers. Look, 154.46, 64, 154.64. I told you Elvis is the Antichrist. And look, it's 45 with a crown. Because I told you Elvis is 45 years dead right now. He's been dead for 45 years. And Trump is the 45th president. Now, pay attention. If this doesn't get you, I don't know what will. You remember Manhattan, the Twin Towers fell. It was 0-1 the year. Seattle's going to fall in 23. Baseball All-Star Game was in 2001. It was in Seattle. This year is in 23. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Baseball has 162 games, by the way, in the season. But here's what's important. The 1, 2, 3, right? Why is that important? I'll show you in a moment. Just let me get to it. I'm not showing it yet. Remember, I showed you from Elvis's birthday to the day the Twin Towers fell, because Elvis's twin died when he was born. So the twin, from Elvis's birthday, the day he was born, to the exact day the Twin Towers fell, is 66 years. Okay? And from 90 years, it'll be 21 years, 9 months. 66, 21 equals 87. The word in equals 66, 21, 87. Twin Towers fell and Elvis's twin died at birth, you see? There's going to be a twin event, 9/11, 6/11, right in your face, okay? And you know, the Seattle baseball team, the franchise started in 1977. Elvis died in 1977, and a horse called Seattle Slew won the biggest race in horse racing. It's the most prestigious race. It's called the Triple Crown. He won the Triple Crown on 6/11, 1977, the year Elvis died and the year the Seattle franchise started, the baseball team. And remember, the All-Star Game is in Seattle this year, just like in 2001. Where is it? Hold on, I wanted to show you that. I guess I can be able to show that. Anyway, the All-Star Game was in 2001, was in Manhattan. I mean, in Seattle, when Manhattan happened. And this year it's in Seattle also. Okay? Anyway, so Super Bowl number 42. And I told you Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington is the 42nd state. It was in Glendale, Arizona. It was played at Phoenix University. Super Bowl 57 is at Glendale, Arizona. And it's played at State Farm Stadium now. It's the same stadium, but it's called State. And I told you the word state equals Janus. And I told you that EL Janus equals Seattle. So if you just put an EL, which means God, on the word state, it would equal Seattle. That's what Seattle's anagram is. EL State. Okay? And state equals Janus. It's named after the two-faced God. And January is named after Janus, the two-faced God, when Elvis born, the month he was born. The crown is represented by the letter O. O equals 15. Super Bowl 42 was in Glendale, Arizona. Super Bowl 57 is in Glendale, Arizona. And what's missing in between is the 15. 15 years, 42 to 57. It's the crown, 42 to 57. That's what this is. It's the crown. Elvis is going to be crowned because it was at Phoenix, the 42nd Super Bowl. And remember, there was a protest in 2022 all across America against guns. And it was on 6/11 last year. And remember, it was everywhere. But in Washington, it was the most biggest one. It was the biggest one was in Washington. And they showed it on TV that day. It was called March for Our Elvis. Lives, lives, Elvis lives. Get it? There it is right there. And the word gun equals 42, 15, 57. There it is right there. What I just showed you with the Super Bowl. The 42, 15, 57. Glendale, Arizona, the crown. Super Bowl 57. Look, prime numbers for 2022. And the reason I'm showing you that is because it connects to this. Prime numbers in 2022. Because I told you 2022 and 2023 is super important. They're both important. That's why there was that March for Our Lives all across America. Because it got the word lives, which is Elvis. Prime numbers. The 20th prime is 71. The 22nd is 79. It equals 42. 20 and 22. Then over here for the prime numbers, it equals 150. There it is right there. The letter O is the 50. Is your O. 42, 15, 57. What I'm trying to explain to you is that 2022 is also for 23, and you'll understand in a moment who Super Bowl in 22. The 2022 Super Bowl was between the Bengals and the Rams, and the score was 23. I just told you that 22 and 2023 all mingled. Okay? I know you don't understand, but I've shown it in past videos. That's why the score was 20 to 23. Man, come on, man. Now pay attention. The prime numbers for 22 and 23, because that was the years, right? 22 and 23, the total is 45. Elvis has been dead for 45 years. Trump is the 45th president. The prime numbers is 79 and 83 for that. That equals 162. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Okay? Do you understand what I'm showing you? And look, 2022, 2023. If you add that up, it's 4045 or 445, which I was showing you earlier. And because MLK was killed on 404, but it landed on the 4-5 day because it was a leap year. So even though the date was 404, it landed on the regular day of 4-5. So that's why it's 404 and 4-5. Okay, and Trump was the 44th person to become president, and he's the 45th actual president. Elvis has been dead for 45 years. Okay, do you see how it all connects, folks? All right, this is supernatural. I'm going to say it over and over again. And again, why does 22 and 23 connect? Why? Why does 2022 and 2023 connect? Pay attention. Okay? Look, 2022, it equals 42. 2023 equals 43, right? 2022, 2023, 42, 43. George Bush, the 9/11 president, was the 42nd person to become president, but he was the 43rd actual president. 42, 43, the 9/11 president. And from Seattle Slew's Triple Crown win to the 23rd Super Bowl was 42, 43. Look at that. Look at that. 4,243 days from Seattle Slew winning the Triple Crown to the day Elvis shot out of the halftime show at the Super Bowl. Okay? Now, again, why is 42, 43 so important? I mean, why is the 2022, because I told you 20 plus 22 equaled 42, 20 plus 23 equaled 43. So 42, 43. George Bush was the 42, 43 president. I just showed you that other connection with the 42, 43. The 42nd prime number equals 181. Added the 42, you get 223. The 43rd prime number is 191. Add the 43, you get 234. Add the 234 and the 223 together, you get 457. The 88th prime number is 457. Elvis's age is 88 this year. Are you looking at what I'm showing you? And look, Elvis is 45 years old. I mean, Elvis has been dead for 45 years, and it's the 57th Super Bowl. 45, 57. Trump is the 45th president, 57th Super Bowl. Right in front of you, right there. All right. And why this year is even more important than last year, because, look, the Antichrist equals 154, okay? Pay attention. Elvis has been dead for 5 years, right? Okay. I don't know why I wrote that, but because of this. So the prime numbers for 2023, because that's what year we're in, it equals 43, right? The 20 and 23. But the prime numbers are 71 and 83, which equals 154. That's the Antichrist year. And the last time we had an Antichrist year was in 1626, the year 1626. And the Antichrist equals 154. So this is the Antichrist year. You add the 43 for the 20 and 23, add that up to the 154, you get 197. The 45th prime number is 197. And Elvis has been dead for 45 years, and Trump is the 45th president. Okay? Man, I hope you are grasping what I'm showing you. Okay, now remember, this is miscellaneous info. So now I'm not going in order. Pay attention. From the 6th Super Bowl, because remember, we were talking about the 1 and the 6. The 1, 6, 16, 6, 11. I'm just showing you how it all connects, right? That's not my dog, by the way. This is a neighbor's dog. Anyway, the Super Bowl number 6 happened on 1/16. Look at that. 6/11. Look at that. So the Super Bowl number 6 was on 1/16, which is the backwards 6/11. And that year, Elvis turned 37, which is the EL number. EL is the number 37, right? But look at this. So from that day, the 6th Super Bowl, to 6/11, the day Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, is 1,973 days. And it's got the 5-4 right there with the 54. And the reason that this is important is because of these numbers right here. But the percentage was interesting, 54-0-55. I'll show you why that's important in a moment. But 1973, I mean, the numbers is what's important here. Like I said, this is just miscellaneous. I'll get to the good stuff in a moment. I'll get back on track. So remember, we were talking about the 1973. The 7 and 3 looks like the letters EL. Okay, 7-3 or 3-7 looks like EL. That year, Elvis, not this year, the year that I was just showing you. Where is that paper? In 1972 for the 6th Super Bowl, to the 6th Super Bowl to 6/11 when Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown was 1,973 days. 1972 he turned 37, Elvis. And 37 is the EL. That's why I was showing you that. Anyway, it was 1,973 days. And I told you, if you turn that upside down, it looks like EL 61 or EL 19 or EL 16, whatever. Elvis was born on 1/8. The 18th prime number is 61. And what do you need to get to 61? You need the 43. 18th. Elvis is born on 1/8. You understand? The 18th prime number is 61. 18 plus 43 equals 61. The Space Needle turns 61 years old this year. And I told you the 43 is important. The 2023 equals 43, and that's the 154, the Antichrist number. You see what I'm saying? It's important. Okay, now, here we go again. What are the chances? What I'm sure. Remember, I told you about the 19 crown, the Corona 19, Super Bowl 11. Because remember, I just showed you Super Bowl 6 right there. That was on 1/16, the date. Okay, which is the 6/11 backwards. Now we're going to Super Bowl 11 because remember, we're talking about the 6, the 11, the 1/6, but 6/11 is the. So from the Super Bowl 11, which was played on 1/9/77. This is the year Elvis died. And this is the year Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown, the most prestigious race in horse racing, from 1/9. Okay, because look, if you went from Elvis's birthday to 6/11, it's 154 or 155 days if you add the day. But from 1/9, which is the day after Elvis's birthday, 1/9 to 6/11 is exactly 154 days. Right? You have to add the day. So that's the 1/9 number. Do you see it? 1/9. That's the Corona number, the 19 crown. And I told you the first prime number is 2. The ninth prime number is 23. 223. Get it? 1/9. 223. It's the 23rd year. And this is the year Elvis died. And the Antichrist numbers right there. You see? For the Super Bowl to 6/11 Seattle Slew. You see? All right, man, I hope you guys are understanding this because this is so complicated, folks. And look, folks, this is not that important, but from the day Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown to the 16th Super Bowl, and 16th Super Bowl had the 82-19 because Seattle equals 82-19 in gematria. It is the 16th Super Bowl. It's 1,688 days. There's your 1/6. And then Elvis turns 88 this year, you see? I'm just showing you, connections, 1688 this year. And remember, I told you how important George Washington is to this puzzle, because Seattle's in Washington State, right? George Washington's death date was on 12/14/1799, and the day Elvis started working at Crown Electric was on 4/20/1954. It's 154 years, 4 months, 7 days. And the 47 connects to the crown because the 15th prime number, because the letter O is the 15th letter of the alphabet, the 15th prime number equals 47. So this means crown. So 154 with the crown, and the Antichrist equals 154. And look at the percentage, because remember, it's crown day, Elvis's crown day from Washington's death date, 154, 45.21%. 154, 45.21%. And, I forgot to show that. I wonder why I didn't write that out. Why did I show this and not write it out? The 4521, the reason I was pointing that out, because from the first of the year to June 14th, which is Trump's birthday, from the first of the year to June 14th, Trump's birthday is 45.21%. So this Antichrist is connected to Trump's birthday. June 14th is a 45.21% into the year, 165 days. Anyway, why am I showing this? Oh, because the Seattle Kingdom demolition happened on 3/26 in the year 2000, and the 326th day of the year is 11/22, which is the JFK head wound day. JFK head wound day was 11/22, 326th day of the year. Seattle Kingdom, 3/26, it was demolished. Because it's all about presidents and head wounds. Okay, Washington State is going to get a head wound. Okay, and the prime number, the 57th prime number equals 269. Okay, and I told you 69 is a crown, so you get 2 of them, 2 crowns. Anyway, add the 57 to the prime number 269, it equals 326, and we're in the 57th Super Bowl. Look, 326. Seattle told you is going to get struck this year. 57th Super Bowl. Right? And Elvis has the EL in his name, right? El means God in Hebrew. If you take all the numbers, add all the numbers between 1 through 57, it equals 1,653. And what do you need to get to 53 from 16? You need the 37. See? The EL. That's why it's the 57 is so important. So starting from the 1, you get what I'm saying? It equals 1,653. 16 plus 37 equals 53. And the 37th prime number equals 157. And I don't know why I'm showing that. Oh, because right here, it's 157, right there. 1 through 57. The 37th prime number equals 157. Okay? And in order to get from 16 to 53, you need the 37. You see how it's magic. I told you. These people know something, folks. This is how the universe, God created these numbers, but they're using it they're trying to break into heaven. I'm trying to tell you that, which of course they're never going to do. But anyway, Elvis died in 1977. Seattle Slew wins the Triple Crown that same year that he died. Look at this. Seattle Slew's birth date was 2/14, and the 2/14 is the 45th day of the year, so there's a 45 connection, and he died on 5/7. Look at that. 5/7. You see? The 57. You get what I'm saying? Died. Seattle Slew, 57. Do you get it? 5/7. He didn't die. He died at the date 5/7. That horse. Again, connecting. That's all I'm showing you here, folks. It connects. And what is this? I'm not sure I want to show this, but why am I showing this? I don't know, but I'm going to try to make sense out of it. So Washington, because that's where Seattle is, they don't play in Seattle. By the way, the Washington football team does not play in Washington State. That's not why I'm showing this. I was just showing the word Washington. So Washington won the Super Bowl. Look at that. It's the 83-84 season. Because I told you Trump is going to... Look at this. Wait a minute. That's why I was going to show this. Hold on. Let me find out if this is right. Hold on. I want to make sure that who won the 17th Super Bowl. Hold on. Stupid phone. Who won the 17th Super Bowl?
Redskins.
Yeah, Washington.
According to Washington Commanders.
So the Washington Redskins won. And it was in 1984. So you have the 8-4, the 17th Super Bowl. I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on 8-4 in the 17th state. Ohio is the 17th state. I told you he's going to get his head wound in Ohio. You see? You see that? You see what I'm saying? And now look at this. The 22nd Super Bowl ended in 88. You see? And I told you the 22 connects to the 23. We're in the 22-23. Okay? I'm trying to make you understand this, okay? Because remember, football season for the 23rd football season, I mean the 23rd NFL football season started in 88, but the Super Bowl happened in 89. You get what I'm saying? How it connects to the 22 and the 23. Because the season for the 23rd Super Bowl started in 88. Okay? That's why it has to happen between 88 and 89. And they also won the 26th Super Bowl, and I told you the word God equals 26. Okay? All right, folks. I still have some more to go. I'm still in the by the way, I'm still in the miscellaneous. I still have a little bit. I only have like a few more cards in the miscellaneous, then we're going to get back on track. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have some more miscellaneous, but it's good miscellaneous ones. This is the good miscellaneous ones. The ones I was just doing right now is not such a big deal, but then I'm going to show you I think is the mind-blowing, besides the earlier stuff I showed. This is going to be like a 3-hour video, my goodness. Oh, man. This is unbelievable. Man, this is hard to do these videos, folks. I wish you knew how difficult it is. Okay, so the 16th Super Bowl, the season started in 81, but the Super Bowl was in 82, and I told you that why it was important, the 16th Super Bowl. Besides the 16 number, it was 82-19 equals Seattle. But anyway, 81-82 season, okay, that it was. And 81-82, I told you Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones. The 81 and 82, this is just miscellaneous info, folks. 81st day of the year and is 322, and the 82nd day of the year in leap year is 322. You know what I mean? 322's regular day is 81, then the 82nd day in leap year. All right. Anyway, which also connects to June 11th. Let me tell you why. Because 81 plus 81 would be 162. But because it's a leap year connection, it's 81 plus 82 equals 163, and June 11th is the 163rd day of the year in a leap year. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm saying? It's connecting to the skull and bones. And I told you Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones. And that Super Bowl 16 happened in 81-82 season. Do you get it? Oh, hold on one second. I just dropped something. Hold on. Anyway, hold on. Oh, man, I'm about ready to lose it. So the 49ers, they won with Joe Montana as quarterback. And remember, Joe Montana was born on 6/11. So if you add his Super Bowl wins, every the 49ers, his only 4 wins as his quarterback, I think, Montana, was the 16th, the 19th, the 23rd, 25th. Do you see that? I told you, I'll show it to you. If you only knew, folks, what I have, I could show you. I'm going to be showing it to you in the near future, but it was such a different video. That's why I hadn't shown it yet. But anyway, adds up to his win. Seattle equals 82. He's born 11. He was a quarterback for all those, and I told you he won the 19th Super Bowl and the 23rd Super Bowl also. And I told you SW's initial, Seattle, Washington equals 42. And I told you about the year 2022 and 2023 connections. All right. And what is this? This is, again, miscellaneous stuff, folks. The 19th Super Bowl to the 23rd Super Bowl. Look at that. 4 years, 2 days, or 4 years, 3 days. 42, 43. Are you getting what I'm showing you? From the 19th to the 23rd. Okay? And I just got finished showing you that Seattle, Washington's initials is 42, right? 19 and 23. And Joe Montana won the 19th and the 23rd Super Bowl. You see? And look, Elvis died at the age of 42. And I told you George Bush, the 9/11 president, was the 42nd person and the 43rd actual president. And I told you 2022 and 2023 equals 42, 43. Get it? And oh, what is this? Why am I showing this? Hold on, folks. You know who the quarterback is for the Eagles this year? I don't know why I have this in this stack. I have no idea. I guess it's just miscellaneous info. The quarterback for the Eagles, look at his name. It equals 42, 15, 57. And I told you the 42nd Super Bowl was Glendale, Arizona. And the 57th Super Bowl is going to be Glendale, Arizona. And that's the crown. Remember? I was showing you earlier. So that's the Eagles quarterback. The Eagles has the EL in it right there. And they're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. PP, the 1616, the PP. I don't know. Why did I show this besides that? What else? His initials are 10 and 8. Elvis is born on 108. What else? Oh, if you go from the first of the year to Elvis's birthday, the percentage is 2.19% for 8 days. He was born on 8/7. And 8/7 is the 219th day of the year. I'm just showing you the connections for this Super Bowl. And then, so check this out. So if you see, Jalen has the EL in his name. And what's left? ELJAN, which is for January, which is for the Janus. I told you. ELJAN. And I told you that LJAN equals LC because Jan equals the exact same as the word C. You see? Same numbers. Jan equals C. So it's EL, Jan, ELC. Okay? And basically what you're seeing is, what's missing? What's missing out of this? ELC to make Seattle. All you need is the TT. All you need is the TT, the 2 crosses, which is the double cross, which is the Antichrist, because Christ equals 77. So if you have 2 Christs, The second Christ, that would be the Antichrist. And the word the Antichrist equals 154. You see, Christ would be 154. The TT, the double cross, LC, the TT, the Antichrist. All right, so anyway, I hope you guys are still with me here, folks. I have another 20, 30 minutes to go. I can't, this video, I can't believe it's this long. This is driving me crazy, folks. I didn't realize how long this video is going to go. Are you guys enjoying it, or you're getting sick of it already? Because the end is what's important here. Okay. Man, I cannot believe how long this video is. This is crazy. All right, up. Here it comes. Get ready. Super Bowl number 1, and remember Super Bowl number 23. That's the important, because Elvis came out of the halftime show at Super Bowl 23, the Elvis impersonator, because the whole halftime show was Elvis. Okay, and look, the first Super Bowl was in '67. The 23rd was in 1989. And 9/11 happened in the year 01, and 6/11 happened in 23. Super Bowl number 1 to the Elvis 23. 9/11 happened in 01, 6/11 in 23. Get it? 123, 123. It happened in 67, the Super Bowl number 1, and 23 happened in 89. Elvis equals 67. Pay attention. Didn't I tell you that to 22 and 23 connect? 67, 89. But what do you need in the middle to get from 67 to 89? It's 22. But here is 23. Because of I told you, because they needed to be both of them connecting. 22 and 23 have to connect. Okay? Because you know the word twin, because they were identical twins. Twin equals 66. 66 plus 23 would equal 89. Okay? So 67 plus 22 equals 89. And you see what I'm saying? The Super Bowls happen in 67 and 89. 67, 89. And Elvis turns 89 next year on his birthday. I told you, Elvis is coming. All right? Better get ready, man. I'm not going to argue with you people. And remember, I showed you this equation already. Look, from number 1 Super Bowl to the 23rd Super Bowl was 8,044 days, 8-4, then 4 more days make 8-8. Trump gets his head wound on 8-4, comes back 4 days later. 22 years, 8 months. Elvis died on the 228th day of the year. Look at the percentage. Look at that, 2023 basically right there. And then 8-4 it ends. You see what I'm saying? Because 8-4 is the day Trump gets his head wound. 2023. But you also have the 6/11 event, okay, this year. It's all connected, all right? Now, if it's still not enough for you, keep watching. Super Bowl number 1 and Super Bowl number 23. This is the dates. 115 and 122. Look at the dates. 237, it adds up. 1 and 1 is 2. 15 and 22 equals 37. 2 ELs. Remember I told you how important the ELs are. If you've been watching my videos, it connects to Trump's birthday and Obama's birthday. But I'm not going to show it here. But if you go to the prime numbers for Elvis's birthday, 1/8/1935, it equals 237 if you add up the prime numbers. 237 right there from the Super Bowl 1 to the Super Bowl 23. Then if you add up the year, the 1967, but you add up the 67, 1989 to 89, it equals 156. The 156 prime number is 9/11. You see? And remember, 9/11 happened in 01, and 6/11 is going to happen in 23 this year. Do you get it? Do you understand? 9/11 was 2001, 6/11 was 23, 1/23. And the first Super Bowl was number 1. The 23rd Super Bowl was Elvis halftime show. Who was the quarterback that day? The quarterback was born on 6/11. He got the Super Bowl trophy. The Super Bowl trophy is the Vince Lombardi trophy. Vince Lombardi was born on 6/11. Okay? First Super Bowl, 23rd Super Bowl, 9/11, 01, 6/11, and 23. 156 prime number is 9/11. I showed you that the dates for the years was 67, 89. The years, he adds up to 156. And look, 15 and 6, pay attention. The crown, 15, 6. The O equals 15, 6 forward. Okay? And 21. You see the 21? 156 prime is 9/11. 156, 156, 9/11. Happened in 2-1 with two crowns. 2-1, 21. 15, 6, 156, 9/11, 9/11, 21, 2-1. Okay? Do you understand? All right? And the word twin equals 66, 21. And Elvis, from Elvis's birthday to 9/11 was 66 years, and there's your 21 also, 2-1. Okay, now, from 9/11 this year, from 9/11 to this year, 6/11, 1 to 23, 1, 2, 3. That's the backwards of O. So you have the forward O and the backwards O. Do you understand what's happening? This is the crown, forward and backwards. That's what they're doing. Get ready. It's coming. There's no doubt. Okay? It is coming, folks. And what is this? Why am I showing this? Oh, another connection to the 156, because 9/11 was the 156 prime was 9/11, what I was just showing you. The month that Trump is born, it's a 6th month, right? But instead of starting back and going around from all the way around back to his month and saying 6 again, you if you keep going forward 12 months every time, 6, then 18, then 30, then 42, and whatever, it would be the 666 number is on the 56. So if you add the 1 plus the 56 would make 6666. And if you've been watching my videos, you know I've shown you that the word twin equals 66. So two twins, two people, 66 would make twins. Two twins. You get, not two twins, but 266, which is the word twin equals 66. So the 156, 156 equals the 9/11, which is the O, the 156, the crown. All right. And Trump's birthday is on 6/14, right? And look, even Trump's 6th number in his chart, because remember I told you 6th month, 18th month, 30th month, 42nd month. Look, you have the 42 there, which was the 1 and the 4. It's the 6th month, 6, 1, 4. 6/14 is when he's born. You got the 42 there. If you go to the 1 and the 6, because 1 is 6, Elvis is born in the 1st month. Trump's born in the 6th month, 66, 66 again. You see? Okay? And if he's born on June 14th, if you go to the 14th, because it's 6/14, it's 162. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Do you understand what I'm showing you? Trump's born on 6/14, 162. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. And remember, I didn't know any of these connections when I said all of this would happen. Okay? Everything is supernatural. All right? This information is from the Holy Spirit. Get ready. 6/14, Trump is born. 6 times 14 equals 84. Trump's head wound is on 8/4. Okay? Pay attention. Trump is born on 6/14. 6 times 14 equals 84. The 6/14, the 6th Super Bowl and the 14th Super Bowl. The 6th, would you look at this? I'm about ready to lose it. The year Elvis turned the EL. This is the year Elvis turned 37. The 6th Super Bowl, it was on the 16th day. The 14th Super Bowl was on the 20th day. The 1620, the 162, and the 216. The 162nd day of the year, June 11th. The 216th day is August 4th. Man, are you looking at it? And this year, 1980, is the year Elvis turned 45 years old. Trump is the 45th president in 1980. Okay? And it was from the 6th Super Bowl to the 14th Super Bowl. Trump's born on 6/14. It's 8 years, 4 days, 8 years, 5 days. Are you looking at that? Because August 4th is the 216th day of the year, and on leap year, it would fall on the the August 5th day. But it's the 88. Elvis is 88 years old, and 45 years he's been dead. 88, 45. Please, folks, look at what I'm showing you, man. I mean, can you believe this, man? I mean, if this doesn't bring tears to your eyes, I don't know what's going to help you people. This is like, you got to have tears when you're looking at stuff like this, man. All right? You know what? Before I move on, because I'm almost done. I mean, if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will, man. Yeah, for the people talking about, somebody was talking about Elvis's grandson. I did videos on that. Of course, there's connections to it. Absolutely. You got to go to my old videos to see this stuff. Who said universe? What are you blabbing about? Universe? What's your problem? I don't even know what you're talking about. You want to get banned or something? Are you talking to me? Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, so remember I told you that Rose Bowl number 11, Super Bowl number 11, the year Elvis died, and it happened on the 1/9 date, the same year Elvis died. And, Elvis died in 1977. And look, the date is 1977. And I told you the 19 is the crown number, the 19. Because Elvis needs the 19. He needs to move up from the day he was born on 1/8. He needs to get to the 19. I'm not going to get into what it means. But the 19 is the crown number, I told you. And the first prime number equals 2. The 9th prime number equals 23. So there's your 223, 2023 connection. And it's rose, because Elvis is going to rise. Do you understand? Rise from the ashes. From 19 to 611 is 154 days. 154 equals the Antichrist. I told you that. All right? And what is this? Oh, I was showing the age of Elvis during that time. Because remember, Super Bowl number 6 happened on 611 backwards, 116. Elvis's age was 37. Super Bowl 11, the 611 connection, he was 42. L-E-L 42. Get it? And it's the 19. It's the crown number. And that same year, Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown. Okay? Why am I showing this? 42.19%. Where's the 19? Oh, that's why. So from Elvis's birthday to 611 is, I told you, it's 154 days or 155 days, but the 154 is the Antichrist number, okay? And it's 42.19%. He's 42 years old on 19, the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? Elvis had just turned 42 the day before this. And I told you 42.19% is 611 from Elvis's birthday. And Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown that same year Elvis died. Because I told you the first prime number is 2, the 9th prime number is 23. I told you the 19 is a crown number. 19 equals 67. Elvis equals 67 in gematria. 67 is the first number that equals 162 in gematria if you put the number 67 into words. And 6 times 7 equals 42. You can look at it that way. And what else? Of course, the 19 is the crown number, like I said, the corona. Corona means crown. What else? There was something. 67. Why is it not coming? Oh, from Elvis's from 6/11 to August 16th, the day Elvis died, is 66 or 67 days. You see? Twin equals 66 and 67 equals Elvis. I just told you. And 67 equals 162 in gematria. What is this? Why am I showing this? Because, his age. I was just showing Elvis's age. Why am I showing this? I don't even know. Oh, because of the word slew. Slew, the word slew has the EL, and then you have the SW for Seattle, Washington. EL, Seattle, Washington. God, Washington, you see? EL is the 37, and Elvis turned, I was showing you that on the 6th Super Bowl, he turned 37, and this year, the year that Elvis died, it was the 11th Super Bowl. Anyway, so it's the 42. Seattle, Washington's initials is 42. ELSW. EL is the 37 connection and 42. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry, I'll get rid of the trolls in a moment. Just let them talk. They'll be gone in a second. Anyway, Elvis was born on 1/8, right? Now watch this, folks. Pay attention. Get ready. The first Super Bowl, this was the date. The 8th Super Bowl, this is the date. Look at that. 6 years, 11 months, or 29, 30 days. Now, what is the chance? Again, I ask you, what is the chance? Why couldn't it have been like, 116 or 117 the date? That way it would have been 6 years, 12 days. 6 years, 12, 7 years it would have been. But my point is, again, it's 6/11. Elvis was born on 1/8. The first Super Bowl, the 8th Super Bowl, 1/8 is 6 years, 11. You see what I'm saying? And look, if you add those numbers up, 115 and 113, it equals 228. Elvis died on the 228th day of the year, August 16th. Again, I ask you folks, what is the chances of all this? Oh, I have another connection. Look at this. 7 plus 4, 7 and 4 is 11. You put the 1 here. Add the 1 to the 6 and 7, which is 13. You make 14, 141. June 11th in gematria equals 141. You see? And if I'm not mistaken, here, let me show you that. I got to show that equation. Because that's how ridiculous this is. You think I'm just crazy or something. I got to show it. I got to hurry because my battery's going to die probably if I don't hurry. Hold on, I'm going to get rid of this person right now. I got rid of one person. Now I'm going to get rid of the other one. So they're both gone. Yeah, don't worry. Listen, folks, I've told you 100 times, don't answer the trolls. Because then when your comments come up and I erase them, all we see is your comments. Their comments are on. So don't answer the trolls. Ignore them and they'll be gone. They won't even stay. Okay? Anyway, June 11th equals 141. You see that? Look, June 11th equals 141. The first number is the most important, you see? 141. So June 11th equals 141, and look what else equals 141. Seattle Slew equals 141. And of course it has, I'm not going to even get into this, but I've shown what that means. But 141, Seattle Slew, 141. You see that? Now do you understand? So June 11th equals 141. And Seattle Slew won June, the Triple Crown. I just showed you this equation that the 67 year and the 74 year, you add the 67 to the 74, you get 141. You see what I'm saying? And of course, in all the other stuff I just showed with this equation. I mean, is this incredible or what? What I'm showing you. Okay. And remember, Seattle Slew died on 5/7, the date. But look, and the 57 Super Bowls this year. Look at this. From the 6th Super Bowl to Elvis's death date is 5 years, 7 months. There's your 57 again. And Elvis, I told you that this is the 57th Super Bowl this year. And Seattle Slew died on 5/7. And look, 67 months is 5 years, 7 months. 67, Elvis equals 67. And Jesse equals 67, his twin. And 67 is the first number that equals 162 in Gematria. And 162nd day of the year is June 11th. Okay, what is this? Okay, Elvis died on 8/16. Look, the 8th Super Bowl and the 16th Super Bowl. What do we get here? What do we got here? If you add up the years, it's 166, 74, and 82. But forget about that. Oh, 237 again. Look at that. There's that Elvis prime number connection I showed earlier. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 13 plus 24 is 37. But forget about that. So from the 8/16, Elvis' death, the 8th Super Bowl and the 16th Super Bowl, the distance between is 8 years, 11 days. And the 223rd day of the year is 8/11. So there's a 223 connection. And look, if you take the 8, it's 8 years, 11 days, or 8 years, or 12 days. If you add the day, it's 162, 160. You see, 1623. You see what I'm saying? If you add it up like that, because it like I said, on the calculator, it lets you. It says, do you want to add the day or not add the day? Not adding the day, it's 8 years, 11 days. Adding the day, it's 8 years, 12 days. If you add all that up, it's 1623. And that's June 11th, the 162nd day of the year. And on leap year, it's the 163rd day of the year. 16th Super Bowl, 23rd Super Bowl was the 6/11 quarterback, Joe Montana. And the score was connecting to June 11th and August 4th, too, in the 23rd Super Bowl. Okay, now, what is this? So the year Elvis turned 45, let's see what this is. So the year Elvis turned 45 in 1980, why am I showing this, folks? This is not necessary. Why am I showing this? Besides the 1980 connection. Because, Elvis has been dead for 45 years now. But there was a reason why. Oh, I was showing it because it's the 14th Super Bowl. Because the 14th number down in June is 162. The 162nd day of the year is June 11th. On my June chart. And anyway, in prime numbers, June 11, 2023 equals 198. 198 with a crown was when Elvis turned 45 years old. Now Elvis has been dead 45 years. This year, 6/11/2023 in prime numbers equals 198. There's the prime numbers, 198 right there. Okay, I don't know why I was showing this, but there must be a reason. Oh, because of the 14. That's right. Because, see, remember I told you the 14 is when Trump is born, right? And I told you the 14th number down in my June chart, it equaled 162, and 162nd day of the year is June 11th. The 14th prime number equals 43. And 20 and 23 equals 43, right? Remember? So if you add the 14 to the 43, you get 57. And the 57th Super Bowl is this year. You see what I'm saying? And check this out. Let's see. From Elvis's death date to Super Bowl 14, look at that. And remember, Elvis turned 45 this year, and Elvis has been dead 45 years. Do you get it? And look at the days it falls on. First of all, you have Elvis's death date is 8. The month is 1 for the Super Bowl. 1/8 is when Elvis is born. You have the 162 right there for June 11th, 162nd day of the year, and 216th day of the year is August 4th with a crown. And it happened in 1980. That's the year Elvis turned 45. Elvis has been dead 45 years. And look, it's 887 days. If you don't add the day, it's 888 days if you add the day. That's the Antichrist number. The 154th prime number is 887. You see? You see what I'm saying? Folks, Get ready for the beast to rise out of the sea. Okay? There's just no way around this. It's impossible that it doesn't happen. Okay? And from the 16th Super Bowl to the 20th Super Bowl, because it's all about the 16, 20, 2016, 162nd day of the year is June 11th, 216 days, August 4th, which is the day Trump gets his head wound. June 11th is the day Seattle gets struck. From that Super Bowl to that Super Bowl, it's 4 years, 2 days, or 4 years, 3 days, 42, 43 again. Do you understand? Which I showed you all the 42, 43 connections and the 16, 20 connections. 16th Super Bowl, 20th Super Bowl. All right, it's all connected. This is the most in-depth Super Bowl video that anyone can do. All right, I mean, literally, it's, you know, I don't know, folks. If this is not breaking the matrix, I don't know what is, folks. You get ready, like I said. I told you, folks, this was my destiny. I was, I had nothing going for me in life, folks, because I was a sick gambler. All right, folks, this is the end. I only got this many cards left. Good, because it's the end. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to be looking at it right now for the first time. I'm not first time. I mean, since I did it. Since I put together cards. All right, so let's go. Oh, man. Okay, so Seattle's only Super Bowl win was Super Bowl number 48. Okay? From the 48th Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl, it's 9 years, 11 days. Can you believe this, man? I mean, can you believe this? What I'm showing you. Exactly 9 years, 11 days on the dot. And look at the months right here, 108 months. Elvis is born on 1/8, and I told you 8/11 is the 223rd day of the year. Okay? I mean, if this doesn't smash the matrix, I don't know what does, man. Look at it. It's in your face, folks. It's in your face. And remember, it's the 48th. They won the 48th Super Bowl, Seattle. And the 48th state is Glendale, Arizona, where the Super Bowl is. And the 48th prime is 223. And we're in 2023. And I live in Glendale, California. You see? I told you Arizona equals 84, the word Arizona. It's right there in your face, folks. 48, 84, 223. I mean, this is so shocking. Because look, it's the 48th Super Bowl Seattle won. And from the 48th Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl is 9 years, 11 days. All right. I'm about ready to lose it, man. Okay, let's keep going, folks. I'll answer a few questions at the end, folks. You got to ask me again because I'm not gonna go back and look at people's comments. So the letter O is at crown, right? Why am I showing this? Because the 15 is important. The letter O equals 15, right? The 15th Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl. Are you looking at what you're seeing? From the 15th Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl is 42 years, 19 days. 42 years, 19 days. From Elvis's birthday on 1/8 to 6/11, not counting the day, but up to that day is 154 days, which is the Antichrist number. 42.19% is 154 days. Are you seeing what I'm showing you? The crown Super Bowl. Hold on. I can't get it to focus. Stupid. The crown Super Bowl, the 15th to this year, is 42 years, 19 days. I mean, just, man, come on, man. Come on, folks. What are you seeing here? What is this? All right. I mean, come on. And remember, in 1977, the year Elvis died, the year Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown on 6/11/1977. Elvis died in 1977. The Super Bowl was one day after this, on 1/9. From 1/9 to 6/11 is 154 days exactly. Because see, this is from 1/8 to 6/11, not counting that day. But if you count that day, it's 155. Because the calculator lets you not count or count. Up to that day, it's 154 days. See? Because that day is not ending because it happened on that day, so it counts as that day because it's not ended yet. All right. Anyway, this is mind blowing. Okay, and I told you it was all about the 42 and the crown. You know, the 42nd Super Bowl was in Glendale, and the 57th Super Bowl is in Glendale, and the 15 is in the middle. The crown. 42 plus 15 equals 57. Okay, it's the crown. What is this? Here's some interesting things. 2023 Super Bowl. Oh, get ready, folks. This is the end of the video. This is the end of the video. I got something good to show you. 2023 Super Bowl teams. Philadelphia Eagles. Their area codes are 215 and 267. Okay, you got 215 is two crowns. 15th letter of the alphabet is the O. So you get two crowns. 267s. Elvis and Jesse both equal 67. So you got two 67s. And then you have the 44, 45. Trump is the 44th person to become president, 45th actual president. Elvis has been dead for 44, 45 years from 2022, 2023. It's 44, 45 years. So I told you that 2022 and 2023 is very important. And 22 plus 23 equals 45. But anyway, Kansas City Chiefs, their area code is 816 only. So you only have one code, and that's the day Elvis died, 816. So who's going to win? I have no idea. And Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is the PP. So I have no clue because either one could win. You know? But if you look at Jalen Hurts, his name is interesting. That's what makes it interesting. You know? But that Patrick Mahomes, he wears the number 15, which is the crown number. So like I said, anyone can win. All right? But now, pay attention, folks. Look what I'm going to show you my, what do they call this? A rough draft? So this is a rough draft of my notes, okay? Now pay attention. You're not going to understand. Don't even try to understand this. I'll show you what I was, from the first Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl is 20,483 days. That's the years, that's the months. From the second Super Bowl to this year, I was just going through all of them. Okay, and showing all the connections. I just want you to see the rough draft before I show you what I found. So from the first Super Bowl, from that Super Bowl, the 11th Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl, that's what you're seeing, these equations, okay? So this was the 15th. Remember I showed you from the 15th Super Bowl to this year was the 42 years, 19 days, okay? That's what was so important. Okay, keep watching. There's other connections, but nothing like I'm about to show you, okay? So keep looking. This is the rough draft. I didn't do it again. See, I was being lazy. Okay, just get ready. It's coming, folks. Get ready. The 31st Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl. Just keep going. Like I said, there's a bunch of numbers that are important here. But the most important one you're going to see in a moment. All right. Now, you're going to see a missing place here. Okay. Pay attention here. By the way, this is important right here, this 45 one, but I'm not going to show that one. I'm going to show you what's the most important. Okay. You see, I blocked this one. That was the Seattle one. Seattle won the 48th. I blocked that because it said 9 years, 11 days. Remember? I didn't want you to see it here. That's why I blocked it. And then the 49th and the 50th. Okay. Now this is the last page. Now you see I didn't write the numbers in for the 54th and the 57th was, of course, I'm not going to write because it hasn't happened yet. And the 52nd. So why did I not write what's the date, what the amount of days and years is? So Eagles, the last time they won, I think this is the only time they won. Oh yeah, their only Super Bowl was the 52nd Super Bowl. KC Chiefs, they won I think two Super Bowls, and their last one was the 54th. So the Eagles won the because they're the Super Bowl people in the Super Bowl this year. Eagles and Chiefs. 52nd Super Bowl they won, and Chiefs won the 54th. Okay? Now, let's look. Let's look from the from their from that. Okay, pay attention. From the last time the Eagles won, they only won one Super Bowl, was the 52nd Super Bowl. It was on 2/4/2018, that Super Bowl. From that Super Bowl, which happened on 1/8, 2018, right? Pay attention. There's, Elvis had a twin. There was two of them born on 1/8. Two of them born on 1/8 that year, okay? And from that Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl is 1,835 days. Elvis was born on 1/8/35 the year. Are you looking at this? Are you looking at this? From the 52nd Super Bowl, the last time the Eagles won, the only time they won, because the Eagles are in this year's Super Bowl. From that Super Bowl to this year's Super Bowl is 1,835 days. Elvis and his twin are born on 1/8/35. 1/8/35. Are you paying attention to what I'm showing you? Okay? Now watch this. This is the last one I'm going to show. The video's almost over, folks. If this doesn't shock you, I don't know what does. This is the last one I'm going to show you. So remember the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't want to show you the equation yet. The Kansas City Chiefs, they won their third, actually they won three Super Bowls, sorry. Their third Super Bowl, the last one was the 54th. And remember, I told you the 54 connects to 1989 Super Bowl, which was the 23rd Super Bowl because Elvis turned 54 years old. And Lisa Marie died at the age of 54, remember? I showed all those connections to the 54. Lisa Marie Presley died just this year. So look, the last time the Chiefs won, because they're in the Super Bowl also, was the 54 Super Bowl. And the date was 2/2/2020. Look at those 2/2/2s all the way across. And then look at the equation to this year's Super Bowl. Look at this. From the day that the Super Bowl 54 happened to this year's Super Bowl is 1,106 days. 6/11 or 11/7 if you add the day. But it's up to that day. It's the 6/11. You see? And this is the only Super Bowl teams that it could have happened to if you went to their last Super Bowl win. Because I just went through every Super Bowl. That no numbers were like that. Okay? Do you see what I'm showing you? This is absolutely impossible. What is this? I just showed you. This is Elvis's birthday from the other Super Bowl team, the Eagles. From their last win to this year's Super Bowl, it's Elvis's birth date. And then this one is the June 11th, 11/6/6/11. This is just incredible. What is this? How much more insane can you be? Can this be? And remember, I told you the word "the crown" equals 106. Super Bowl number 52 plus Super Bowl number 54 equals 106. The crown equals 1/6. Trump is born in the first. Elvis is born in the first month. Trump's born in the 6th month. You see what I'm saying? You see how incredible this is? All right, folks. If that didn't break the matrix, I can't help you people. All right. Yeah. And you know what numbers are in between 1 and 6? 23 and 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The O is the 2345. 1 and 6 is Elvis and Trump. everything in between, 23, 45. We're in the year 23. Elvis has been dead 45 years. Trump is the 45th president. Do you understand? Okay, I've shown that in the Crown video. Okay. All right. So anybody, look, I'm just telling you, folks, get ready because this is it. Now, what else am I going to tell you? That I was going to do this video on my backup channels also live. I was going to do it live, but this is, man, this is too much. 2 hours and, 2.5 hours now it's going to be after I stop talking. This is a lot of stuff, folks. So I'm not sure if I can muster the energy to do it on the backup channels too. Because it's so important that I was actually going to do it, but not. It's too much. Anyway, folks, any last questions? God bless all. Asking me who's going to win. I have no idea. All right. So, because they both have it. I mean, they both have the numbers, man. And I don't have no idea. And I think they're, yeah, sure. Oh no, I'm gonna leave this video up forever. It doesn't matter. Video staying. Oh, God bless all you. And you have, folks, I'll stay on in 5 minutes. So any questions, I don't want to sit here and not say nothing. So, what do you mean both teams to 3-2-2? Not on my calculator, do they? I don't think so. Let me see. Oh, wow. That's a great catch. I didn't see that. There you go. I was telling you Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones, right? I told you Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones. Look, Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. The K should be here, but it gets separated. Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs equals 3-2-2. Look at that. You see that? Oh, wow. My battery's dying. Anyway, I still have time. I have another 2 minutes before it goes. I just got to watch it. All right, folks. Any last words? That's a good catch, that 3-2-2. Because I told you Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones. He is the head and the skull and the bones. The 3-2-2 has to do with the Skull and Bones. I told you. And even his logo, the TCB logo, taking care of business, has to do with the 3-2-2. If you watch my videos, you'll know that. Also, the TCB has to do with the word beast. I'm not going to get into that either. Go and watch my videos, folks. Listen, I know my videos are not exciting, folks. Okay? I don't have the flashy music, not flashy images and the music, the drama and getting to your emotions. This is supernatural and it has to be natural, okay? Because this is what truth looks like, all right? Truth is not flashy images and music, okay? It's real, all right? This is what reality is. All right. That's why I started on YouTube. I told everybody when I first got on YouTube, the reason I started doing YouTube videos because I did not trust anybody I ever saw on YouTube. And every single one of them had some kind of agenda. I go, there's nobody who's real on YouTube. And I said, I'm going to show my face. That way the people can understand what truth looks like. All right. When someone's telling you what it looks like, this is what it's supposed to be. This is the kind of passion you're supposed to have, all right? Because, how could you have no passion when telling truth, man? You know what I mean? It's just like a preacher when he gets on when he's on the street and he's preaching the word of God, it comes out of you, you know what I mean? I wish I could do that. I wish I could memorize the words in the Bible, but my brain, I got this, so much stuff is going through my head. It's hard for me to concentrate, but I have read the whole Bible, but I only read the whole Bible once, but I go back and look at here and there, Yeah, someone's saying that the State of the Union is on right now, but I haven't watched that. I mean, I'm not going to watch it. Who cares what Joe Biden has to say? Anyway, folks, any last words? Because my phone is about to die, so. Anyway, God bless all of you. So, I don't see any more questions, so I'm just going to end it. All right, folks. Take care. God, God bless all of you. And Jesus is God, all right? You understand? Anyway, take care. End the video.